I obviously a really nice win for us. Offense is tough to come by in this weather for sure. Wind blowing in and chilly weather. It's not certainly conducive to a lot of offensive output, but really excited we were able to put together a couple of innings. Obviously, Aidan Teel had a nice day. That two-run home run was a big shot in the arm for us. And then it was nice to see Trey Wells make his first appearance in our uniform behind the plate. And, I thought he swung the bat very aggressively and caught and threw very well as well. And, just good to bounce back after a tough loss last night against a really good Oregon State club. I thought Bryson Moore did a really nice job, went out and threw 5 innings, was in pretty good control of the game. They certainly were able to put a couple of runs up on him in that one inning, and then Lansendorfer and Osenski came out and did a nice job as well. So just, certainly there's huge expectations on this team from the outside, and, every team's got to go through on how they manage those. As I spoke to the team after the game, Aiden Teel had the kind of day he did because he's very positive. He's a very positive person. He brings energy and enthusiasm to our ball club and is ready to play every day. And when you're that way, I think it serves you really, really well. And, you think less about how you're personally doing and more about the group. And it's amazing when you are a positive, energetic person, how the game can reward you. And, Aiden was a perfect example of that. And so was Trey Wells. Trey Wells came to the University of Virginia to play. He transferred here, and it just so happens Jacob Ferentz was back. And, Trey Wells waited his turn. And you do that and you keep a positive attitude, then you'll be ready when your opportunity's called, and that's what today was about for our team.
Yes.
First off, did you think that you got it out? You did kind of have a very low angle in the first off, and second, what was your approach on that foul?
Yeah, I did not think it was gone. I thought it was going to be a line drive off the wall with the way the wind is, but sticking to our approach of just trying to hit hard line drives, it turned out to be a home run, which was pretty cool. And then, honestly, the approach goes back to just what we do all the time, jumping on the fastball, and got myself into a pretty good count. But the ball started rolling with Henry Ford getting on and adding pressure to the bases, and ultimately gets in the pitcher's head a little bit, which we capitalize on the mistake. So,
Coach, you talked about the effort last night after the game, and then could you just, speak about what you spoke to about today to get better effort? And how do you think that responded?
Yeah, I didn't speak to the team before the game. I don't do that ever. It's more about the next day. Yesterday was over. What I spoke about last night is just the competitive spirit and the energy that we need to play with, and that was not there last night. Again, like I said last night, that's not to take anything away from Oregon State. They got a hell of a ball club, right? But we're focused on us and building our team and growing our team. They're young men, and everybody thinks that you got some pretty good talent back, that the wins should just happen, and it does not work that way. You have to earn it, and every team has to learn what they need to do to give themselves the best chance to win. And part of that is their competitive spirit that they show up to the ballpark every day with, and do they bring energy and enthusiasm every day? And I just didn't think we didn't do that last night for whatever reason. That's on me as the leader, and my job is to remind them what the standards are of which our program's been built. And I felt like that was there today. I would have felt that way even if we didn't win the game, right? College baseball games are hard to win. So, listen, these guys care. They've got a lot of pride. They understand, opportunities that they have, and I'm just proud of them, how they bounce back. I think that's how teams are judged. You're going to lose a fair amount of college baseball teams, the greatest games, the greatest teams do. It's a matter of how you handle it and how you respond the next day. So that's a growth opportunity for our team that we bounce back today. And everybody takes winning for granted at the University of Virginia because we've won a lot, and that's incredibly dangerous. And that's what I remind them of all the time.
Hey, this team has some type of expectations. How do y'all not look too far ahead?
Yeah, we just stay on us all the time, take one game at a time. I know our lingo is opening day every single day, so we take one game at a time, one pitch at a time, and that's our mental strength coach, Brandon Geyer's philosophy, and we just go by that every single day, take one game at a time.
Is it a little bit easier to hit behind somebody like Henry Ford?
Definitely. I mean, about all of the guys in our lineup, it's just pass the torch to one another. The guy in front of you does it, and let's say he doesn't, you're next. You got to do it. So it's just passing the torch back to one another.
Your role's definitely evolved through your time in Virginia. Just talk about what you learned about some of the past teams and finally getting your chance to get the lights out.
Yeah. Again, probably my biggest learn is being able to flip the page, forget about yesterday and what's next. And that's definitely my biggest learn. And my role change, it's just continuing on and doing what's next.
Aiden's story is really great. He had committed to us as a young high school player. Obviously, his brother wore our uniform for 3 years. But unfortunately, his junior year in high school in the spring, he blew his elbow out as a pitcher. And, I'll never forget when he reached out and said, "Hey, Coach, I have enough high school credits to graduate a year early. I'm going to be out for a year. I can't do anything for my high school team. What do you think if I enroll at UVA a year early and learn about what the program's about and do my rehab?" Which we obliged, and he enrolled a year early and redshirted. And then last year, we really needed him on the mound, and he pitched in 22, 25 ball games on the mound of the bullpen for us. Knew he could hit, knew he was a great position player, but just we were pretty loaded offensively last year, and he didn't get many opportunities as a position player. But he went away to the Northwoods League this summer and proved what he was capable of doing as an everyday player. And in a short season already, the young man's proven that he's a special, talented player, and I'm excited for what's in front of him.